Hey, Shalom, Akim. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash. And of course, double honors go out to the apostles of Great Millstone, all right, who taught us all this truth and who rule well. This is Naaman with the DC camp. Ran across this, another good one from Viable TV, and it has to do with Mr. Glenn Beck, all right? And it says, exposed. Leaked documents reveal disturbing lessons our schools are planning to teach. Share this, all right? So, what he's going to go into is the Black Panthers, all right? And the apostles and everybody else have always told you, and we emphasize this every week, you know, you're not going to beat this devil, these Edomites, these so-called white people, at their own blessing, or with their own blessing, and that's the sword, and that's parabolic. That just means weapons of war, all right? That's his blessing, all right? That, when you read Genesis 25, and then especially 27, and then Revelation 6 and 4, that's the blessing he was given, because he's, in Revelation 6 and 4, meant to take peace from the earth, all right? And that's exactly what he does. And he's an expert at it, all right? Now, in this, you're going to see how they twist it, and that's why the apostles emphasize on not putting your faith in these guns and things of that nature. That's not where our power lies. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is our power, all right? This is spiritual warfare. 2 Corinthians, let me get it real quick. 10 and 4. All right. Plain as the nose on your face. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10. Verse 4, it says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Guns and things of that nature are carnal, but mighty through the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. All right? So, there you have it. Now he's going to, let me go ahead, for time's sake, go ahead and play this.
Now, we had a teacher, I'm going to call a teacher until I have permission to say other. But I don't know where this person is, but they provided a document dump of what's happening in the schoolhouses, at least in their state. But this is not a problem with just one district or one state. It is everywhere. On Wednesday night, I'm going to show you 800 documents. And one is more terrifying than the next. Today, I want to show you one. This is the Black Panthers 10-point program. Now, according to the documents that we have seen, the idea is to get kids to think that the Black Panthers are neat and that they're great, and they did a great service in the past, and they're good friends now. And this particular school assignment is to memorize the Black Panthers 10-point program. We believe that black and oppressed people will not be free until we're able to determine our destinies and our own communities ourselves by fully controlling all of the institutions which exist in our communities. That's point number one. So in other words, you can't hire a white person. You cannot have a white person in that government. This is the reason why we have freedom of religion. We have it because the state wanted to control who could actually participate in the state. Wait, what? If you wanted to be the mayor of a town, and our founders went from village to village, town to town, to testify on behalf of a separation of church and...
See what he's doing here? Now, at what time, since we've been in America, all right, on its own, it's just saying that you've got a certain people that have been captive in this country, and they want to self-govern. All right? But you're seeing how he's twisting this, and it gets better.
State, if you will. The churches are protected so the government cannot interfere with the churches. But also, the founders felt it was important that you didn't have a litmus test that you had to go to this particular church or believe this kind of set of beliefs to be able to run for office or be a member of the community. Well, that's exactly what Black Lives Matter or the Black Panthers want in point number 1. Number 2, we want full employment for our people. We believe the federal government is responsible and obligated to give every person employment or a guaranteed income. Number 3, we believe that this racist government has robbed us, and we are now demanding that overdue debt of 40 acres and 2 mules. 40 acres and 2 mules were promised 100 years ago as restitution for slave labor and the mass murder of black people. We will accept the payment in currency, which will be distributed to our many communities. We believe, number 4, we believe that if landlords will not give decent housing to our black and oppressed communities, then housing and the land should be made into cooperatives so people in our communities with government aid can build and make decent housing for people. Number 5, we want a decent education for our people. We believe in an educational system that will give our people a knowledge of the self. If you don't have a knowledge of yourself and your position in society and in the world, then you'll have little chance to know anything else. Number 6, we believe the government must provide free of charge for all people health facilities, which do not only treat our illnesses, most of which have come about as a result of our oppression, but which also will develop preventative medical programs to guarantee our future survival. We believe that mass health education and research programs must be developed to give all black and oppressed people access to advanced scientific and medical information so we may provide ourselves with proper medical attention and care. That one's called the internet, dude. Number 7, we believe that the racist and fascist government of the United States uses its domestic enforcement agencies to carry out its programs of oppression against black people, other people of color, and poor people inside the United States. It is our right to defend ourselves against such armed forces, and that all black and oppressed people should be armed for self-defense of our homes, our communities against these fascist police forces. So blacks could have guns, but others can't. We want an immediate end to all.
You hear this hypocrite, this fat red piece of crap just said, and through all our history, all they've done is prevent us from defending ourselves. All right. Now, while on its own, it sounds like, well, that's what everybody should want and be able to have, the ability to protect themselves, to rule themselves, but you can hear the sarcasm in this devil's voice, And this is the devil that did the show. It pointed out that the so-called North American Indians were Israelites. All right, and he got kicked off of Fox News for doing that. So you mean to tell me he hasn't connected the dots at some point? All right, that lets you know that he, being an insider, all right, and the ones above him know exactly who we are. But see, this is his way of talking, and they do that, and they're poking fun at it at the same time. All right, but that's why we tell. The apostles have always taught, you jakes into these groups like Black Panthers and things of this nature, all right? Well, let me get a scripture, because that and what he's doing now is proving a point. But in matters of spiritual warfare, you see how they're desperate now, and that's why, this is Acts chapter 5, verse 38. It says, "And now I say unto you," talking about individuals such as these Black Panthers and things of their ilk, refrain from these men and let them alone. Grandmaster Jay and all these others. You saw when he was at the forefront and he would come on and do his videos, you see the idiots that's supposed to be Israelites that were leaving these comments. Yeah, that's what we really need. Yeah. Those are fools, all right? This is Acts 5:38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. 39. But if it be of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, ye cannot overthrow it, lest haply ye be found even to fight against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They've constantly tried to infiltrate this and to derail this, all right? But they can't do it. But that crap, this Black Panther and all these gangs, which we know they're set up to begin with, all right? That's not going to work. Because at the end of the day, he's going to gain control of that, all right? Because that's carnal, all right? So you're playing into his hands. Don't you get it? It's not going to work. That's not your blessing. That's his blessing. All right. Let's see. Let's get another one. I'm going to have to end it here. This is 1 Corinthians. You don't understand. This is, as Yahushua said, if this were my kingdom, then my servants would fight. This is the wicked one's kingdom. This is 1 Corinthians 1, and let's see where I want to start. Let's see. Verse 26, 1 Corinthians 1 and 26, it says, For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. And why is that? Because it's going to end in disaster. All right. Like I said, this is spiritual warfare. All right. Going to Ephesians, which I'll get next. It says 27. But the Most High hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. They can't grasp what's going on, and it's in the midst of them, and there's nothing they can do about it. And the Most High hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. All right, let's go. I said Ephesians. Let's go there. This is Ephesians chapter 6, start at 10. It says, Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. What are those wiles? All right. Let's go into that. Strong's G, 3180.
Strong's G, 3180. Methodiah.
Ooh, what does that sound like? His methods. That's exactly where it comes from. His cunning arts, his deceit, his craft, his trickery, which you all know nothing about. But we're out there on the highways and byways telling you this, but you do not receive it. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, his cunning arts, his deceit, his craftiness. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. 14, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Truth is what's bringing this devil down. Truth. That's the way it was set up. All right, and that's what we're out here doing on the highways. Whoops. That's what we're out here doing. All right. My finger's too big. Here it is. Hosea chapter 6, verse 5. Wait a minute. Here it is, verse 5. Therefore have I hewed them. What is to hew? To cut down. hew them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. That's how we're winning, not being carnal. You're falling into his trap when you play his game. All right? You people don't get that. I'm going to shut it down right here. I've gone over. Salakia, I couldn't help it. But yeah, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Yahushua. Once again, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. All right, Shalom.